Hello everyone and welcome back to another Planet Coaster video. Today guys, we're going to be talking about how to use rocks effectively and well in Planet Coaster. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So, today I'm going to be doing a kind of a rocks tutorial on how to use rocks in Planet Coaster. So that's Rocky Revenge there. So first we're going to be talking about how rocks are good for scenery. And then we're going to be talking about how rocks are good for effect. So, if I just go over here, past Rocky Revenge over here, to our rock selection. So, Planet Coaster, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types of rock. I think that's right. Yeah, so you get 7 types of different rock items. And you have the normal alpine rocks, and you have the dolorous rocks, and you have the desert, and you have the grassland, and you have the ice rock, and then you have the snow boulder, and then you have the tropical rock. So these are all kind of for the different kind of different park types. So you can have the terrain, the alpine, the dolorous, the western, the savannah, all those different ones. So yeah, so the rocks. What the most common thing that affects things in your park is that when people are building rock caves and stuff, they will just do this with their rocks. They'll just do that, and it looks very, very bad when you have something like that and then you duplicate it because you just don't want to spend time and effort. I did have to learn that as well. Everyone has to learn it. I'm not blaming anyone. I just want to say, guys, it doesn't look good. It really doesn't if you just copy and paste. So take your time, don't worry, slow down, and you will find, and if you take effort in it, you will get a good result in the end. You can definitely see that with some of the Adventure Plays rockwork, because some of the rockwork in Adventure Plays like that does not look good. But if you have, so taking this as an example, if I just get rid of that one, and I put this in, if you then do this and you rotate your rocks, it looks so much better. It looks 10 times more natural. It just looks way better. Put it all at different angles. That looks 10 times better than that. And this is bigger, but this looks 10 times better than the whole of that. Yeah, this just looks like it's artificial. It doesn't look natural at all. Whereas if you are rotating your rocks, it looks so much better, guys. And also, don't be afraid to use all of your different rocks, because there's plenty of different rock. Just don't use one type of rock. Use different ones. So just use that, and then that makes it so much more immersive. Look how much better that looks than that. It's 10 times better. And yeah, different rocks will give you different areas to work on. And yeah, that looks so much better than that. That looks 10 times more natural than that. But yeah, so that's one way you can use rocks. Do not X. This is an X. Do never ever use that. That is wrong. Don't do that. That's bad. This is the way you want to do it. You want to be rotating your rocks, and kind of using different angles, using all the different different types of rock in that one theme rock. So if it's a desert rock, using all these different options will be great, and they will look 10 times better in your park. So going over here, I'm just going to show you guys an example of that. So over here now, I kind of rotated all these rocks here. I didn't use the same one, and look how much better it looks. I think the train is blocking it a little bit. Let me see if we can just get rid of that. There we go. So yeah, that looks so much better. It looks so much more natural. It looks like a good rocky cove. Same here again. It's done nicely. Here, it could be a little bit more better. You can have a few more going up and stuff. But yeah, if you want better looking parks and you want your rides to look good, you want to be using rocks that alternate. This here is really good because that's different angles, different sharp edges. Looks really good. And yeah, so yeah, that's what I'd recommend. That's how I do it, at least. And I'm sure many other creators will agree with me. You need to be rotating your rocks. You can't just be duplicating your rocks. Right, so we're gonna go now with how to use rocks around waterfalls. So to build a waterfall, you kind of want to so you have this outline here, And then if you want to, so what rock am I using? I'm using the tropical rock. So yeah, I'll just say tropical. I suggest you separate them off and then go into rocks, and then you have them all there. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna place some rocks around the waterfall, make it all nice. Oh, you guys can see, I'm just placing the rocks around it. You want to place them all around the waterfall because we have a big one, there we go. If you put it around the edge, and also this will help with the terrain. I did not say this in the waterfall one, I forgot to mention it, but yeah, place rocks around your waterfalls. They look so much better with rocks on them. Let me just rotate that around. There you go. Something like that would look fine. Let me see if I can just, yeah, there you go. And then so I don't actually need to rotate it here because I'm using the angle. There, see, it looks repetitive, so I rotate that one. But just use your brain to be thinking. So does this one need to be rotated, or does that one need to be rotated? What looks more natural? Planet Coaster is quite a hard game to think about, but once you get the flow of it, you just gotta, you know, think. You need to stop and think. See, so that looks very nice along here. So that's a nice little water feature there with that. So yeah, rotating your rocks is key. Do it. Yeah, so there you go. That's a nice little edge to the waterfall. And then sometimes I might, you know, put some down here, and then just kind of have a few sharp edges down here. Sink them a bit in the water as well. That's always a good thing to do. Where's the big one gone? Is that the big one? Yeah, that's the big one. The Glorious rocks I don't really like because they don't have many big options. That's just been me being a bit picky with what rock type I'm using. I'm normally like using the these ones, the desert rocks, because they have so much better, and plus I use them quite a lot, more frequently. So then, to immerse your rocks in their experience, you can, where is it? Use maybe a fire hydrant burst, or if you want to go for, where is it? Yes, here you go. So if you want to do like a waterfall effect on like a rock without having to build the whole of the waterfall, you can use the water spout to show the water's running off it. And it's really nice if you're just putting it through, like running through the cracks in the rocks, because it looks so much more natural, and plus you're hiding all the effects. So yeah, if you just put it in the little cracks like that, it looks so good along here. So yeah, if this is, look how nice that looks now. It's perfect. That's like we're actually fully immersed. This little, it looks like it's running down here as well. Really nice little thing to do there. And then at the bottom you just put like some fountain strips, and then you have it like that, which is really nice. Yeah, so that's pretty much what you want to do with. Of course, you'd hide them. But yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do with rocks on a waterfall and rocks with water. And now I'm going to show you guys how to add some effect to this with adding plants and ferns and stuff to it. So if you want to have rocks with, I don't know, let's say some roots in them, you can do that. Let me find it. There you go. So if I want to have this root here, I think these are from the adventure pack. I believe so. Cool. You just put the roots in between it. This isn't great because it's on the wall, but if you were trying it somewhere else, it would probably look more effective. You can see what I'm trying to do here though. And then just kind of put it all in between all the branches and stuff. And then not the wishing tree. If you want to put some palms in there, I would just use these kind of palms just to add a bit of colour in there. And then maybe go back and grab some bushes or something. So if you want to go for bushes, you can go for some of these guys. It's all about finding the right thing for your park, the right foliage, the right effect. Because if it's, you've got to be aware that if it's a western park, there's not going to be all this greenery because it's going to be dead. Well, at least most of it's going to be dead. So yeah, you've just got to kind of use your common sense as well, as I said. Yeah. So now that looks like a really lively, effective, alive waterfall kind of area. And I would just keep adding to it layer by layer. So first you want to go with so what I do is I start with the layering. So I started with the rock, then I put some water effect in there, then I put the roots in, and now I put the trees in. And look how nice that looks. And especially if you're doing like sightlines and stuff, or you're having a boat ride come along here. So if you have like a boat, that looks really nice. So imagine if I did the whole of the waterfall now, that would look really nice. And covered the whole of the top here, it would look really nice. They are time consuming, but it will look nice. It will give you a nice end result, which is always a benefit. But yeah, that would pretty much now that's pretty much gonna wrap up this this short little rocks tutorial. I'm just gonna mention one last thing. So here, if you have rocks and you want to add a little bit of a spook to them, you can actually just chuck a little bit of dry ice in there, or if you have Ghostbusters mist, just chuck it in there. Just chuck it in there. Looks really good for a cinematic. Just a little bit of mist creeping over the water, or yeah, look, that looks really nice now. I would probably just, if you have Ghostbusters mist, I would probably just use that. I wouldn't use dry ice, but if you don't have dry ice, then of course use the just use dry ice if you don't have Ghostbusters. But yeah, that looks really nice there now. And of course, with the skull rock, put it inside the actual skull, and it's a really creepy effect. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much all the stuff I need to cover about rocks, and all that that I know about them. Here again, you just using the water spouts here with the rocks. Don't do this and you'll be fine. Rotate your rocks, add scenery, use the layering method. Until next time, I'll see you guys next time for another short tutorial. Hopefully we'll be looking at pathing or backstage areas, whatever you guys voted for next on the vote I put on the community post. Till then, bye for now.